we've already realized that response 1 is the better response.
Yeah, so based on like so you just internalize it, marked it up yourself, but I would just take it, I feel like you're really strong on the first.
This part?
Yeah, on the first page. So I would just pick up at the end how you're gonna bridge from the first part of the reteach to the second part.
Okay. Ready for me?
Yeah.
All right, so we've already decided that response 1 is the response that is going to be earning a 2. You guys have given me really good reasons about why. You said response 1 has more pieces of evidence, response 1 talks about the middle of the text. So I actually want to take a look at how the structure of response number 1 helps it talk about all those things while still being really, really organized. So go ahead and flip your page. So I actually went ahead and I color-coded what this response looks like. You guys are going to label it with me as we go. So this red section here is all about theme. So go ahead and write theme on your notes. This yellow section is how the author developed the theme, so I want you to write author developed. And then those green pieces, you can see that they're all quotations. Those are all pieces of evidence. So we're actually, now that we've color-coded, we've labeled it together, I want to break this into sections. Because you can see, a lot of us who are really pattern-minded are already seeing that we've got red, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green. So we're actually going to draw them. So I'll draw them on the board too so you can see them even clearer. So first we've got this section where we've got yellow and green. I want you to write number 1 right here.
That's really sticky, that part.
Section
like, yeah.
2. Section 3. And then last but not least, section 4. In sections 1, 2, and 3, what's the first thing that comes up? What's the first color that we see? Now.
We see yellow.
And what does yellow stand for?
Looking at my code, it says it was how the author talking about development of theme.
Good. It's how the author developed the theme. And then what's the next color that we are seeing in sections 1, 2, and 3? After yellow, we see
green.
Green, that's right. And Emma, what does green stand for?
Evidence.
Good. So green is our evidence. So in sections 1, 2, and 3, we have a statement about how the author developed the theme and then a piece of evidence that shows us. Now, we're going to dive even closer and look at these yellows. So this first yellow says, first introduced in the exposition. First introduced in the exposition. So this is the beginning of the text. Now, I'm going to jump down to the next one. Then further developed. We know that further means like it pushes it on. So further developed, it's not happening in the beginning. It's not happening at the end just yet. This is in the middle of the story.
Are you going to have kids write this at the same time with you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, let's see, we've got helps to develop the theme. So I feel like this is the point where we're finally getting to a firm and final theme. This one happens at the end. And then our last yellow, which is all by itself, is that statement where we put it all together. Overall, the theme is fully developed when Frederick finally runs away and vows to run away and be completely free of the injustice of slavery. So this is like putting 1, 2, and 3 together all the way at the end. So this is the theme is finally developed, fully developed.
And then I would pause here because you've been explaining it for a long time and throw it back to them. Like what is, like one more time, what is the difference between like response 1
and response 2
and what you see in response 2? Have them share out and then really stamp that in response 2.
I feel like the real difference here is that response 2 doesn't address the middle.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have this like essay structure.
And even though it's like we're talking about development, like they're also not including theme, evidence with this of their theme. Yeah. Actually seeing it now, I would even change the response 2 to the one on the last page. Because that one's actually starting off, then he...
Oh,
like if you really wanted to see what the majority of kids did, I would pick the one at the end here.
Okay.
And that, like, now that I see it fully playing out.
Like one piece of evidence.
Right at the very end.
Yeah.
And then you could be like, what you should be doing is beginning, middle, end, evidence after each. What most of you did was a theme, and then one at the end. And so just
a
show,
theme and then this at the end? Or
yeah,
theme and
for
then
this,
evidence at
this
the
is
end?
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
So this is
switch
like
this
the
out for
bi-blanking
this
line.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like, this is theme, evidence.
Just for.
Yeah.
And even label that, like you guys, like most of you, like this is what it should be, and most of you are just putting that at the end, and you're missing these beautiful pieces.
Yeah.
And then you launch straight into,
Mhm.
I have a blank page for you, add these two,
Mhm.
go, so they can instantly practice
And like,
that.
and also like, I'm giving you the plot diagram. Like, this is where you're pulling from. I just need you to add
Just
beginning,
add
middle,
Beginning, middle, and then that's super like,
transferable.
you've got like the beginning, middle, and the
Mhm.
and the numbers, and it's really
And I also
sticky.
would say, I'll like make sure to say, like, these use quotations, but like, you can use paraphrased.
That's fine.
Pieces
And most
of
kids
evidence,
did
like,
that,
that's
and that's not, yeah, and that's not what we want to get caught up in that.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
definitely like the concept of like themes are developed through the middle and through the end.
Okay, great, yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be really sticky. And then so we'll just swap out the response too, as
Yeah.
well as to hit more of what the majority of kids did. But I think that would be really crystal clear. Making sure you launch them right away to then practice it in that time.
Yeah,
Yeah. How did that feel overall?
it felt good.
Okay.
I feel like I was backtracking a little bit and like, all right, now we have this structure and like now we're gonna go back and look at each individual yellow section. Or is that okay?
I think you can, so there's a lot of things going on. There's like the structure, there's the numbers, and there's the beginning, middle, end.
Yeah,
Maybe even
it's
just
a
make it
lot.
like one, like go through it once. And you also did it in separate chunks. You did, here's a section, here's a section, here's a section,
And-
here's numbers,
Yeah.
and then here's beginning,
It's
middle,
a
end.
lot,
Just
yeah.
make it one, like,
So like we're going to take a look. We've noticed that our pattern is like yellow, green, yellow, green. Let's look at the first yellow, green together. So like here, this is like our first section. Here's number 1. Take a look at this yellow. It says first introduce in the exposition. Like we know that these words are about beginning.
even just say beginning. They had the chance to discourse before that.
Uh-huh.
Just be like, this is the beginning of the text. This chunk is from the middle of the text.
Just, like,
this is the
straight.
end. Straight, like give them the direct instruction, because they already had the time to like discourse between the two.
Okay.
Just be like, this was from the beginning, this was from the middle, this was from the end, and then it was fully developed here
Okay. I feel like I want to make sure that they're seeing these words
first. Okay.
because I feel like this is what like makes it replicable. I feel like.
So then so if you want to really hold on to that, then try it one more time with saying like, first, introducing the exposition. This talks about the beginning. Then further developed, this talks like, have less
Talks
words.
about- I know, that's my issue. Okay. So like nothing on it. Just like we can see that we have a pattern here. Yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green. This section is all about the beginning of the text. It says first introduce in the exposition. So this first section here is about the beginning. This
Of the story.
the beginning of the story. So this section here is all about the middle of the story. So this is section 2, then further developed. It takes it further, but we're not at the end yet. And then this last section here is going to be about the end of the story. It helps to develop the theme. This is where the theme starts to crystallize and become whole. So this is about the end. This last piece, number 4, is where we bring it all together and we talk about how the theme is fully developed. Overall, the theme is fully developed. So here at the end is where you actually get that piece of the author develops the theme by blanking blank. All of these things are leading up to this.
And even just slow down and be like, in a full paragraph, we talk about the beginning, the middle,
And
the end of the text. What you all have been doing is just the end of the text. What I want you to do now, revise the prompt I gave you, add in the beginning and the middle, go. So it's like very crystal clear. This is what I want. This is what you did. Practice, add it.
Yeah, so like in in paragraphs that you write about theme, you need to discuss the beginning, middle, and end of the text. When we practiced it, we only wrote about the end of the text.
And then even like move your body to this side so they can see when we did it.
When we did it,
Yeah.
we only talked about the end of the text. So now I put this on your next page. Go ahead and turn. Great. You see this blank space? you're going to add in beginning and middle. You already have the end. Get started.
Just like that. Love it. How did that feel as like sticky?
That felt clear, and I think like anything to cut down how much I'm talking.
Time, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you will have just a short window of time there.
And I feel like I need to get them used to like, I'm writing, quick, go. And I think like doing the like beginning, middle, end bit all at once instead of like going back like 3 different times felt a lot clearer.
Yeah. And if you immediately bridge that with like, this is what you did, it's beautiful. But like now we're just adding these 2 other pieces.
Yeah.
Now practice, instantly go.
Yeah. And I think like
great.
I'm even going to say to them, like, this is exactly what I asked you to do.
Yeah.
And like, now you're ready for something more, and this is next level. Like, we only talked about the end. Now you're going to go back in at the beginning and the middle. Go.
And like praise them in that. Like you did exactly
what
and
I
like
asked.
so many of you mastered it. And it was
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
And now we're ready to move on.
Beautiful. So when talking about more of logistics, when that reteach, that was beautiful reteach, and it was a beautiful like second round that you did. It was great. Very crystal clear the second time you did it too. Now logistically, when are you going to add this? Because I know tomorrow's Task Tuesday.
Probably Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So the lesson you'll see it's blank on the first page, so you could even copy and paste this in before your
Perfect. Can you
reteach.
send me a soft copy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. This feels good.
Okay.
I think like I have to think about the logistics of them annotating it,
Yeah,
on
like
the
where
computer.
and yeah.
but I feel like maybe I'll add in like another side of this chart where you just like I literally just want you to type beginning,
Middle.
middle,
And boom. Yeah.
I might even separate this out into like rows in a table.
Because then they could easily add it on the side. As
Yeah.
long as they still see like this is
It's
a
a
paragraph.
paragraph. Yeah.
That would be the only thing. Beautiful. It looks really